Looking out over the ocean toward the horizon, sun, sea, and sky form an endless vista, a never-ending cycle of tide, wind, and waves. Here, far from shore, strange events have unfolded. These stories stretch the boundaries of our imagination and challenge our beliefs. This is a true story of such events from the accounts of the sailors and naval aviators who experienced them. Professional military service members who want the world to know that what they encountered is real. Even more troubling, our military has no explanation. The answers seem to elude everyone, like reflections on the waves, yet they are out there. Sunday, November 14th, 2004, morning, 90 miles southeast of San Diego, California, in the Naval Operations Area, the Nimitz Carrier Strike Group and her complement of warships and the aircraft of Air Wing 11 are conducting a routine 2-week training exercise. The Nimitz deck crew is busy launching FA-18F Super Hornets, helicopters, and E-2 Hawkeye electronic warfare planes. The mission? Simulated air defense, or ADAX training over the Pacific. The winds are calm, the skies are clear, a near-perfect day for flying. Nearby, the guided missile cruiser USS Princeton has been tracking unknown aircraft that appear and disappear from her sophisticated Aegis radar screens. The Spy-1 radar is one of the most advanced sensors ever deployed. Princeton's main role is air defense of the strike group. For the past few days, Senior Chief Kevin Day has noticed these peculiar craft appearing on his radar screen. In some cases, they seem to descend from space and then suddenly plunge to near sea level in seconds. Coupled with the unidentified nature of the craft and lack of clearance, these extreme flight observations are very troubling to the crew assigned to protect the carrier group from aerial threats.
In this case, we were a little bit southwest of San Diego, usually about 60, 70 miles off the coast. I don't know exactly where it was at that day. And we were getting ready to do an air defense exercise.
On this morning, pilot David Fravor of the VFA-41 Black Aces Fighter Squadron and his wingmen prepared a launch from Nimitz for the air defense training exercises. As they launch their FA-18s, they have no knowledge of the events happening nearby.
In this event, we rendezvous at the cap, so we're going to come off the aircraft carrier, we're going to climb up to 20,000 feet, we're going to go to our point about 40 miles south, and we're going to hold, wait for the other airplane.
Dave's two-seater Super Hornet is Fast Eagle, and his wingman's jet is Fast Eagle 100. Commander Fravor leads the Black Aces and has over a decade in the air wing, but his wingman for the day is a new pilot, a young officer on her first carrier deployment. She's paired with Lieutenant Commander Jim Clean Slate, her backseat weapons systems officer, for the mission. Jim will manage navigation and the advanced radar and targeting pods on the aircraft. Overhead, an E-2 Hawkeye from the Wallbanger Squadron is on station directing the aircraft. Banger provides eye-in-the-sky command and control during carrier flight operations. Back in the Combat Information Center on Princeton, the mysterious objects are back. And today is the first time Senior Chief Day has jets in the air that can intercept the mysterious aircraft. Day briefs the captain, and they agree to send the Hornets. The Air Intercept Controller aboard Princeton, call sign Charlie, radios the Hawkeye and takes control of Fast Eagle.
Banger, Charlie, over. Charlie, this is Banger, go ahead, over. Banger, Charlie, do you hold unknown air contact, bra, 270, 48, 28,000 feet, bogey, over. Charlie, Banger, negative, radar picture's clean.
The E2 radar operators have been frustrated in their attempts to get a radar return on the unknown aerial target that Princeton is tracking. Even with their 24-foot radar dish, they can't get a lock on the object.
Banger Charlie, transfer Fast Eagle flight to Charlie Control, button 13. We have a real tasking for them, over. Charlie, Banger, roger. Taking Fast Eagle to Charlie Control, button 13. Fast Eagle Charlie, stand by for real tasking.
Charlie, Fast Eagle, roger. Send it.
Contact Bra 27041. 20,000 feet. Bogey. Snap. 270, over.
Roger, bearing 270, 41 miles.
As we start tracking out to the west, they're calling, hey, 30 miles, and they're giving us it's called a broad bearing range and altitude. So they're saying, hey, contact is 270, 30, 20,000.
100, go trail.
100.
Say state.
State 12,000 pounds. Clean, do you have it?
I'm trying to get a track on it now. They sent link 16, but my radar picture is clean.
The next radio call takes everyone by surprise.
Fast Eagle 110, say loadout. 110, want your weapons loadout.
Wings clean, Princeton. We just have CADAM training missiles, and they're not coming off the rail.
Now the controllers have the pilot's undivided attention. Normally, the squadron doesn't carry live ordnance when training.
What do you guys think that was about?
What, about the loadout? I have no idea. Maybe it's drug runners or something. Yeah, it could be. Or a law assassin out of SoCal.
I don't like this.
Fast Eagle Charlie, contact Bra 16034, 8,000 feet. Bogey, over.
Roger, 34 miles at 8,000. Committed, your call. Continuing, over.
As Fast Eagle approaches the target, they see nothing unusual. Onboard radars show a blank screen.
Fast Eagle Charlie, Bra 16010, 8,000 feet. Over.
Roger.
Fast Eagle Charlie, merge plot. Over.
Well, they get to a point where they call merge plot, which means the contact that we're trying to see and us are inside the resolution cell of the radar, which means they can't discern the two of us. They just see one blob.
Confirm the object appears stationary. I had it at 17.7. Showing, basically no airspeed on it.
Hey, you guys seeing us? What is that?
And I see something in the water, and it looks like about the size of a 737 in the water, pointing east.
100, anchor here, Angels 24.
Roger.
Charlie, Fast Eagle. We're observing something in the water here, possibly aircraft in the water at the merge plot, just north of our position, about 2 miles.
Charlie, roger.
I'm descending to Angels 14 to take a look.
Do you think that's our unknown?
Not sure. Radar's clean.
As Commander Fravor gets closer to the underwater object, he suddenly spots another craft above it, a much smaller white object with an oblong shape, hovering and darting just above the waves.
So it would be on the right-hand side of the airplane, just forward of the wing line, is this little white, which looks like a Tic Tac, which is why we call it the Tic Tac, and it's moving around erratically, so it's doing this.
Suddenly, the object begins to rise into the air.
Hey, this thing just turned on my nose. It's coming up. 2 miles.
The strange craft begins mirroring the turn rate of Fast Eagle.
Hollywood bogey, 287, 2 miles, Angels 5.
We're coming down and it starts coming up. So it's going towards 9 o'clock, we're going towards 3 o'clock.
He's turning hard, 3,000 meters.
And we do this all the way around until I get all the way back towards about the 9 o'clock position.
Engage.
Commander Fravor is now about a mile away as he maneuvers his Hornet to get behind the unknown craft.
It's about the size of an F-18, so, 40-some feet long. It has no wings.
As the dogfight unfolds, he quickly turns and dives to bring his jet's nose ahead of the object to close the distance.
It jumped. 1,000 meters. I lost it. Tony, you see it?
Suddenly, the tic-tac rockets past. It's gone beyond the horizon in the blink of an eye.
It literally is 1 minute it's there, and the next minute it's like poof, and it's gone.
I saw it go 137. No tally.
That didn't just happen.
Say again.
The video you are now watching is the actual gun camera FLIR footage of the Tic Tac taken by a later flight. This is the first video ever released by the U.S. government showing military planes engaging UFOs. The advanced targeting pod, known as ATFLIR, works in both TV mode and infrared mode. The film reveals no control surfaces, no exhaust plume, a uniform heat signature, and no visible means of propulsion. Commander Fravor also saw a much higher resolution FLIR film on board the carrier, which showed two L-shaped antenna-like objects protruding from the bottom of the craft. During these intercepts, Senior Chief Kevin Day reported numerous pilots encountered the Tic Tac UFOs, and at one point, he reports the sky was raining UFOs as they dropped from 28,000 feet to the sea.
So we start going back to the cap, and the Princeton controller calls us up, and he says, hey, I'll never forget it. He goes, sir,
Sir, you're not going to believe this, but the bogey is now back at your cap station, over.
Dude, this is a fucking drone, bro. There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My God.
Just 11 years later, fighter jets from USS Roosevelt filmed this anomalous object off the coast of Florida in 2015.
Well, if there's like, look at this thing. It's rotating.
Like the Nimitz encounter, they too were conducting routine training when fleets of UFOs were encountered by the pilots. The Nimitz Encounters remained cloaked secrecy for over 13 years. The first-hand testimony about UFO sightings is practically unheard of from military service members. Thanks to the brave and honest accounts of the sailors and naval aviators who have come forward to relate their experiences, and of the remarkable videos they filmed that day, the silence has been broken. If you or someone you know has witnessed unknown objects from military ships or planes, please contact us at the address on your screen. You can remain anonymous. As we strive to understand these encounters and come to terms with what they mean, there's something far beyond the horizon and the limits of our comprehension waiting for all of us.